Pisces, welcome and welcome back. Okay, this microphone needs to be raised, I think. I'll be loud. I know I'll be loud, child. A wild, loud child. Oh my God. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, Pisces, today what happened? Okay, today we're... Get it together, child. Today we're going to be talking about what you're manifesting right now, okay? So, this reading, the intention is to figure out, based on your actions, based on your thoughts, your feelings, emotions, everything combined in your energy, what are you manifesting? And if it's not something that you want to manifest or, it's not something that you desire, we're going to try to figure out how you can kind of like tweak these manifestations. Now, this could be stuff that comes up that's subconscious. This could be stuff that you're actively aware that you're manifesting, or maybe not. We're just going to see how it goes, okay? So if you want to stick around and figure out what's going on with that, be sure to do so. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. I hope you're doing well. I hope these messages help you when it comes to whatever situation that you could be dealing with at this time. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Thank you to all my subscribers, moderators, and members. Everyone who's contributed to the channel and, donated and helped out with the boys, with school supplies, with channel supplies, and just general support. I really appreciate you guys. Even if you have not donated, but you submitted a comment and, shared your experiences. I really appreciate that, okay? So let's keep it going, y'all. Let's stay on schedule. We got to stay on the schedule, okay? Period. Because we're not letting anybody stop us. No matter what it is that comes out in this reading, do not let anyone or anything stop you from achieving your goals or feeling like you can achieve your goals. Because there's a lot of interference that I feel like you guys don't need to be paying attention to. Shout out to members. We just did a new moon and Leo reading. I do them later than the new moon because it's easier to assess the energy because it's kind of settled. Okay. We also did messages from your higher self. What your higher self wants you to know. So if you want access to all of the exclusive content that Pisces members receive, you guys be sure to check out the diameter tier. If you are more on a budget and you want to still have access to some exclusive content, check out the circumference tier, okay? Because that's the outer edge of the circle. The diameter is the inner edge of the circle, okay? Put the brains in the comments. Peep game, okay? Let's get into it. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for Pisces, who are watching now or later, when it comes to what they are manifesting at this time, please show us what we need to know. What is Pisces manifesting at this time? Right now, right here. Ooh, okay. It's a little messy. What is Pisces manifesting at this time, Spirit? Right now, when it comes to their situations. Ooh, fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So you're manifesting communication. Either you want to be able to communicate with someone else or you want them to communicate with you. Some of you guys may just want better communication in all aspects of your life. When it comes to how you express yourself, when it comes to what it is that you want to say, the points that you want to get across, you're manifesting communication, okay? You want to be more expressive or more authentic when it comes to your expression. You guys just want to be able to say what's on your mind, speak clearly, and translate your thoughts into words, which can be difficult, especially when you're intuitive and you're empathic and you channel. Okay, because you can see things in your mind's eye, but sometimes it's difficult for you to translate that into words or express that in a way that's clear to other people, because oftentimes it makes a lot of sense in your head, but then when it comes out, it's jumbled up. And I think that's something that a lot of kids struggle with, especially kids with ADHD, ADD, autism, things like that. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist, so see the disclaimer below. But any special needs that kids have, I feel like that is part of the key to why they struggle sometimes, nonverbal children, why they struggle with communication, because they see everything so clearly, but it's hard to articulate it into words. Now, I do have a personal opinion about that, and I feel like it's because of our past lives. A lot of us have genetic or DNA encryptions from our past lives where we may have spoken other languages, we may have lived in other times, we may have lived on other dimensions, and the way that communication works is different in those spaces, in those places, or in those times, right? I think a lot of kids with ADHD or autism who are nonverbal probably came from another dimension where there was a lot more telepathy. Okay, so that for me is something that could be indicated here, where you want people to communicate with you when things need to be communicated. You want to be able to do the same thing and express yourself more clearly. Okay, this is card number 39. Okay, this could also be specifically you wanting to be better at communicating, like endings, right? Telling people what your boundaries are, telling people that you're done with certain situations or connections. Some of you may have a hard time breaking up with people, breaking things off, quitting jobs, turning people down for things, saying that you can't help, saying that you aren't available. Like, those could be specific things that you're working on getting better at when you communicate, okay? Now we have appreciation. Interesting. Yeah, this could also be loving communication. So appreciation is card number 15. Okay. Some of you guys struggle with expressing like gratitude. Some of you guys struggle with taking compliments, receiving praise. Yeah. This could also be mental when it comes to how you speak to yourself in your own head. Some of you guys are working on being more grateful, speaking more positively to yourself, having a more optimistic internal dialogue. Yeah. And then we have 53, the Magician in the Mirror. Okay, so let's see real quick. Now, the appreciation card says choosing gratitude. Okay, this card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom, yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. She could be focusing on these, worried that she might get caught up in their prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience the blessing of this single flower. The sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice and on the tiny buds waiting to open up. This card upright is telling you that you have much to be grateful for. And like the flowering bush behind the woman on the card, there is more to come that you can't yet see. Congratulate yourself for every moment that you chose appreciation. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value and is guaranteed to bring more worth and richness of life to you. Right. So you're trying to get out of your comfort zone when it comes to the way you see situations and the perspective that you have. And I feel like, this has to do with how you think and how you speak. Because some of you guys may be accepting finally that there's been a lot of negative influences that have caused your internal monologue or dialogue to be negative. You may be acknowledging the fact that sometimes you create problems in your own life because you speak negatively about yourself or you speak negatively about others or your situation, whatever it may be. But I think this acknowledgement is helping you to manifest, because this Magician, that's you manifesting, okay? Now, 5th chakra Archangel Gabriel talks about self-expression and speaking your truth. Gabriel holds his trumpet in one hand and a beautiful orb of blue light in the other. He is sending powerful energy to your throat center, acknowledging your power to communicate and your readiness to do so. This angel opens up to truthful expression, both with yourself and others. You may have had trouble with expressing emotions and ideas in the past, but Gabriel is here to tell you that your soul longs to take this leap now. Okay? You ready to talk? You ready to talk? Some of you guys may be trying to get a child to talk, because I keep thinking about this whole ADHD autism thing. And you may find that your nonverbal child just randomly one day starts talking. And then once you get them to talk, they're not going to shut up. I promise you right now. So listen, I'm just letting you know. I've experienced it 2 out of 3 times. Okay. Now, it says, be aware that true communication includes how you speak to yourself. Boom. So never deny your profound integral value. So listen, we talked about value twice. All right. Speak up for yourself. This is crazy because I just put that poll on the on the posts of the channel about how you handle situations that you feel like are unfair. If you guys haven't seen that, go to the channel page, click on posts, and you'll see that poll, and you can vote in that poll and share your opinion. Okay. It's a great way to practice speaking up. All right. But it says, speak up for yourself. Write in your journal. Let your words flow. Now is the time to express yourself freely and fully, and the universe always honors your choice to do so. This card could also indicate that a communication project is coming, or a time of heightened communication with spirit and telepathy with others. And I talked about all of that. So this is definitely, this is what you're manifesting. It's not bad. It's really good, honestly. Magician in the Mirror says, knowing and using your power, your true power. This card upright represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action, fire. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life. And just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power, Pisces, and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into brilliant reality. How crazy is that? There's just no coincidence. You guys are speaking your future into existence. You guys are definitely focusing on thoughts and words. You're being very cognizant and aware. Congratulations. This is a great time to do so. Spirit is confirming you're being cognizant and aware, or you need to be very cognizant and aware of the thoughts that you think, the words that you speak, how you talk to yourself, how you talk to other people, because you are creating the future that you want to see, or that you're going to see. Whether you want to see it or not, you're creating it. So no one else is to blame. No one else is the problem. No one else can change this. This is a magical time where spirit is opening up the doors for the possibilities of whatever it is that you want to be a reality. So the potential here is great. It's just a matter of what you decide to do with it. All right. This is definitely about overcoming challenges, conflicts with the 15. Okay. Trying to move forward from negative things that happen. Working really hard not to dwell on negative things that happen or speak about negative things that happen. Working really hard not to repeat and cycle repetitively through negative storylines in your life. It's like you have a personal narrator and it's your inner voice. And just like on TV shows or commercials where people sound crazy narrating in their head, you know, or like on Moesha when she was like, "Dear Diary," and she would write in her diary and they would just have her sitting there writing in her diary, but we could hear her narrating it. Your personal monologue or dialogue is what creates your reality. And I think a lot of you guys are fed up and sick and tired, quite frankly, of the fucking bullshit. So congratulations if you're on that path. If you're not, this is what Spirit is trying to tell you to do to get with it. Okay? What is Pisces manifesting right now, Spirit? Self-care. Yes. 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 Fast movement and new love. Okay. Some of y'all are manifesting love. Some of you guys aren't necessarily specifically manifesting love, but you're manifesting loving yourself, right? Looking at yourself in a new way, changing the way you see yourself. When you look in the mirror, changing the thoughts that you have when you see your own reflection. And by default, things could move very quickly for you because of that. I feel like you guys want for something in your life to speed up that's been going really slow. And you're working on pouring more into yourself so that you have more energy to put towards what it is that you actually want to create. Some of you guys, something is moving too fast and you are manifesting a little bit of a break, a respite, a bit of a slowdown to collect your thoughts, to recharge. Take it how it resonates. All right. Pouring more into yourself with every situation so that you don't feel drained. What else is Pisces working on manifesting? A daughter. Relocation. I feel like these are all different things for all of you. Some of you guys may want to spend more time pouring into yourself. Some of you guys may want love. Some of you guys may want a child, specifically a daughter. Some of you guys want to move. And some of you may want all of these things. And you don't have to just pick one. Who told you just had to pick one? Risk and false mask. Interesting. So number one, I feel like Spirit is warning you against being inauthentic when it comes to what you really want, denying the truth about what you really want. If you want to move, if you want to be able to go to the spa every week and get your mani and pedi and get your facial or whatever it is that you do, get your hot towel on your face, hot stone massage. Don't say that you don't want it just because you feel like you can't afford it or just because you feel like it's not possible. I fucking want that shit. I want to be able to sit in a chair and have somebody rub my cuticles and massage my feet on a weekly basis. And that's just that. Don't be lying to yourself about it now, because that puts you at a risk. That creates more risky situations. That creates more unstable, imbalanced energy, okay? All right. Also, anyone who's wearing a false mask could easily come up and trick you if you're denying what it is that you really want and doing things that you really don't want to do. One more card. What is Pisces manifesting? See? False mask in reverse. Reverse. Cha-cha now, y'all. Go to work. To the period. Listen. Whenever I do a meetup, on the day when the meetup comes, we finna do the cha-cha slide. Planning and surrender. Yeah. You're releasing control. I feel like you're making plans, but you're releasing control. Again, soft acceptance. Soft acceptance. This was the thing that we talked about in the New Moon and Leo reading with members. You can make plans, but what is the saying? When man plans, God laughs, because it's going to happen however it's going to happen. And I feel like a lot of you guys are accepting that you have to be real with yourself about your plans. And I feel like you're putting it out into the universe because you want it to happen. I don't think that you're being negative about it. Some of you might. Okay. Some of you, this is a reading that came up so that you can be more real with yourself. But some of you guys are planning, speaking your plans into existence, being grateful for what you have right now, because you don't want to shit on the manifestations that you had before now, because whatever you have now is a manifestation that you wanted in some way, shape, or form. It just may not have shown up the way you thought it would. So go back, retrace your steps, figure out what you did, and see how you can improve to get more on target with what it is that you want. But then also surrendering and releasing control so that you can allow the universe to work in the way that it feels would be best for you, to not only bring you what you want, but even possibly bring you more. Okay? What is Pisces wanting to manifest, Spirit? Some of you have a daughter that's going off to college or going to school in a different state. She's grown now. Okay, now you can take more care of yourself. All right. Or you have a child, specifically if you have a daughter. You could be making plans to go visit them, okay, or move closer to them. Or you're making plans for the future now that your kid is grown. Yeah. What is Pisces manifesting? Stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen, trapped, stuck again, no options, unforgiveness. Is that a word? Laughter. Unforgiving is a word. I don't know about unforgiveness. Laughter, happiness, joy, and healing. Okay. Yeah. What is Pisces manifesting? Paranoid, cautious, insecure, guarded. Okay. Cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awaken. Okay. This is not bad. Exhausted, burnt out, burdened, and empty. Yeah. So like with the stagnant card and whatever that other card was that says stuck, there was the happiness card at the back of that. Okay. So let me just say this. I think you guys are well aware. You are well aware of the obstacles that you may have, the hurdles that you're working to cross. You guys know that there's issues when it comes to what you want to manifest. You know that there are sometimes things that are difficult to overcome in your life. Yeah, the trapped card. Trapped, stagnant, but we had happiness, right? Then we have paranoid, but we have cutting ties and exhausted. So it's like, I feel like you're aware of what you need to change. And while those things are still kind of like, what's the word? While these negative things are still kind of in your energy a little bit, or you're aware that these thoughts exist, you're doing a lot of things to kind of outweigh them, to counteract them, right? It's kind of like running bath water. If you run your bath water and it's too cold or it's too hot, you have to turn up the hot water to make it less cold. If you turn up the cold water, that's to cool it down because you made it too hot, right? So it's like you're trying to find the perfect mix. Goldilocks? Are we being Goldilocks and the Three Bears? One more card. What is Pisces wanting to manifest? What is Pisces manifesting at this time? What is Pisces actually manifesting? Oh my God. Tension and masked. Stressed out, migraines, and worry. Being paranoid. It's creating stagnancy. Masked. Isn't that fucking crazy? That one deck, the false mask card, came out upright with the risk and then solidified in reverse. And now the mask card, which says hiding, concealing, deception. Yeah. I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to mask your negative emotions when you just need to kind of like let them show so that you can see them and deal with them and understand what triggers them. Isolation, rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. You isolate yourself so that people don't see how stressed out you are. You isolate yourself from people so that they don't know how dark it gets in your room. Psychopath, abusive, conniving, unpredictable. Yeah, and I feel like when you mask these things, it's like not really masked. But I feel like you're making plans to take better care of yourself. Okay? Some of you want to move because you feel like the place where you live is supporting these false masks, negative thoughts, stagnancy in your life, and you want a fresh start where you can create your identity and kind of like be yourself. But if you're not able to do that, then it's like you have to deal with who you actually are. Okay? There's a lot of mirrors. Mirrors. They're showing you. Some of you are manifesting like the more you, it's like, I feel like the more you stay isolated, the more you try to hide how you truly feel or try to avoid or ignore how you truly feel, the more you manifest crazy people in your life. Because you're going to be like vibrating on the same level as them. You could be manifesting some type of corrosion of your brain if you're not careful. I am not a doctor. Disclaimer is below. That could be what's going on. I really feel like you're doing a lot to try to get yourself back on track. Some of you are isolating because you want time to yourself to just have peace and basically create the life that you want and fix the things that are broken. So I don't think there's anything wrong with isolation. I just feel like the intention behind it or the preface that brings on the isolation needs to be clear. Okay. All right. So let's see. What is Pisces wanting to manifest? Strategy. So you have a strategy. You want to have the upper hand. You want to have advantage over a situation. You want to win, or you want to, you could just want to win in life. Seven of Swords is not bad, even though people try to act like it is. But you may even want to manifest someone like getting caught doing something negative. Okay. You may even want to manifest like privacy within your life. What is Pisces doing to manifest this? Three of Swords. Okay. You may even want to manifest the truth. Like, what is really the truth? Okay. Now, I don't know if this is what you want to manifest, but there's some type of pain. There's some type of pain, lies, deceit, betrayal, sadness that's associated with what you're manifesting right now. I feel like some of you could be in a healthier place where you're facing the pain with the Three of Swords. Like you're manifesting a strategy to deal with the pain by addressing it and not avoiding it. To deal with the things that have hurt you in life. To deal with the things people have done to you. It's like untying all of the knots. Bringing clarity to all of the lies. If people told you were ugly, you're going back to when the first person you remember telling you you were ugly told you that. And then untying it like working your way backwards from where you are right now to the beginning so that you can untie all of the knots along the way. Okay, how can Pisces amplify this manifestation? Queen of Cups. What should Pisces avoid? Two of Wands. Indecision. Or making decisions the same way that you did in the past. At the bottom, we have the King of Cups. So it's like you're trying to heal your emotions, your heart, your masculine and your feminine energy. I feel like you need to avoid indecision, though. You need to make a choice and stick with it. Make a decision and stick to it. Being on both sides of the fence or riding the fence is not a good thing for you, because the more you think about something or the more you dwell on something, the more I feel like you begin to question your first mind or your initial intuition, right? I feel like you want to take your power back when it comes to, look, the Magician is under the King of Cups. You want to take your power back when it comes to having control over your emotions and your feelings and healing your heart. It's like you avoiding the pain, you masking the pain, you coping with the pain, you using things outside of you to act like the pain is not there is only causing more problems. It's only making you more exhausted. It's only stressing you out. Instead of like really dealing with it, you're trying to figure out where it started. Seven of Swords, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So it's like you know what you want to do, but actually putting the physical time, energy, effort, and investment into what you're doing, that's what you're trying to figure out how to do. You're trying to figure out how to tangibly invest in the idea that you have, the strategies that you have. You're trying to manifest your future. This could be a career. This could be a job. It could be a business with the Eight of Pentacles. But I feel like the stagnancy or the stress that you could be feeling or the lack of seeing your manifestation could be because you have to like fully let go of the things that you're looking back at in order to move forward, because it tricks you. Like when somebody gets lost in the wilderness and they walk in circles, they end up coming across the same place that they were just at before, but they were tricked into thinking that they were going in a different direction. I feel like if you're too distracted or you're focusing on the wrong thing, you could be tricked into going in the wrong direction, either by someone else who's able to take advantage of your stress or by, your own volition. My chair is really squeaky. I feel like you have to completely start over or completely free yourself from whatever baggage that you're carrying with you. Okay? But you're manifesting a happy ending. You're manifesting a dream come true. You can see it. I feel like you can feel it. And I feel like you're working towards it. But I feel like something is distracting you. And I feel like it's this Three of Swords. Okay? Let me do that one more time. Temperance and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah. You're focusing on too many things. I don't know. It feels like things that you can't control. And with the King of Cups being at the bottom with all of this, it's like you're trying to stay afloat. You're really working on not letting what's going on around you create a problem. But I feel like it's subconsciously creating a problem. Like, there's definitely distractions. And I feel like it has to do with, like, the things that you may see that you feel like aren't working. Or, like, if you're trying to create a future, you're trying to manifest a goal. When you see signs that something is going in a direction that you don't want it to go in, you start to spiral. And that's what I feel like it is. I also feel like Six of Pentacles, your priorities. What's the priority? Is what you want the priority, or is what other people want you to do the priority? And you may tell yourself that, oh, I'm the priority. It's me. But subconsciously in your thoughts, you're worried about disappointing people. You're worried about letting people down. You're worried about not being perfect. I'm just telling you about your subconscious to help you. So don't get triggered, because a lot of y'all love to hear the good stuff, but you can't stand hearing the truth. But if you hear the truth, it helps you to clarify what the fuck is going on so that you don't keep running into the same brick wall. Because y'all be quick to say, oh, that ain't me, that ain't me. But if you accept the parts of yourself where maybe that could be true, and then you address it, see where it's coming from, uproot that bitch, and replant the seed in healthy ground, then you'll be a lot happier. Because I feel like some of y'all are lying to yourself and saying that you're happy when really you're not. And there's aspects of all of our lives that are like that. And I'm not trying to judge y'all, but I'm not going to tiptoe around people's emotions and feelings when my job is to do what I do. So what I'm telling you is that these are the things that you need to address, because you're manifesting deceit, betrayal, distractions, pain, confusion, that could bring toxic people into your life. And y'all talk all the time about how you tired of that shit. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Y'all ain't no punk ass bitches. Y'all ain't weak. Y'all are not victims. So let's get to the shit. Because at the end of the day, everybody, there's always going to be somebody who don't like what you're doing. There's always going to be somebody who you're not going to please. You're never going to be perfect. And things are never going to be perfect. There may be little hiccups here and there, but you got to figure out how you going to move forward. Period. You got to figure out how you going to move forward. What's the most important thing? Is it most important to please other people or for you to be happy? Queen of Cups. Six of Cups and the Justice. Yeah, make peace. Justice and the Six of Cups. Make peace with the past. Make peace with the confusing things that you don't understand. Make peace with the questions that you have about why things went the way that they went. This is what can improve your emotional state. This is what can improve your balance. This is what can improve how things work out when it comes to the true manifestation coming to fruition. This is how you can improve this manifestation, or the things you can do to help it along. It's like justice for the past. Yeah, if you want justice for the past, you have to accept that however the situation went down, that's how it was meant to go down. You got two sixes. Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. If you move on, Six of Swords, you'll have success and victory. Six of Wands. Those are the sixes that we don't see. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you can help facilitate this. Because then you're going to feel better about yourself. If you allow the past to be where it is, if you allow what happened to be where it is, then you will create more options in your life and you'll have more clarity. Two of Wands, Eight of Cups. This is what you need to avoid. The Two of Wands is the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I just feel like some of you guys are running from what you want, but you don't feel like that's what you're doing, Because again, you're in the wilderness walking in circles, thinking that you're going in the right direction, but really you're walking in circles. Because there's always going to be something that looks better. So what this is saying you need to avoid, it's kind of like when people feel like there's always someone better out there. Yeah, Ten of Swords at the bottom. There's hope in a situation. There's a silver lining. But what I feel like this Ten of Swords is saying is like you quickly ending something. You walking away from something because it's not perfect, or you putting something down, running from your goals, saying it's unattainable or it'll never happen or it's unachievable because it's not perfect. Walking away from people because they're not perfect. Giving up on situations because it doesn't look exactly how you want it to look. 10 of Cups. You have 2 6s, you have 2 8s. Now we see another 10. The only major arcana out here are Justice and the Temperance, which is Sagittarius and Libra. Possibly Taurus, maybe. But like, the Ace is only the opportunity. The Ace is not the finished project or product. I feel like this is overwhelming you. Because it's like you're searching for something that doesn't exist. And I feel like you're manifesting what it is that you want. And I'm not saying that you can't have it, but do you believe you can have it? It's not about me and what I say. I'm not God. I don't create laws. I just feel like that's what this is. You have to avoid indecision and expectations that cause you to question your good choices, right? Because you expect something to look a certain way. And as soon as you see a sign that it doesn't look that way, you're running the other way. When in reality, this is what you asked for, but because it doesn't look like how you wanted it to look, you avoid it. What's hidden that Pisces doesn't see when it comes to their manifestations? The Moon. So what you can't see is what's hidden, of course. But I feel like you're afraid. The Hermit and the Magician, yeah. You're trying to look and see. You're trying to find what you can't see. You're trying to understand what you don't know. I feel like you're trying to learn what's in the shadows or figure out what's on the other side before you go there. But it's like you just have to go there. What if you go there and it's better than what you thought? What if you go there and you do that thing and you make that change and you feel amazing? Because it's like right now, I feel like you're trying to act as if whatever you are settling for is what you want, but it's really not. I feel like right now you have accepted some level of defeat. When Spirit is telling you you shouldn't. Because it's like, I don't know if you're waiting to see how something is going to turn out before you do it. But with the Hermit, the Moon, and the Magician, Virgo energy, Cancer energy, Gemini or Aries, whatever. It's like you're kind of trying to see something that you're not supposed to see. You're trying to see what the outcome is going to be before you do something. Or what's going to happen if it's never going to show you. Spirit is going to trick you every time into thinking that you're going forward when you're just walking in circles in the wilderness. I also feel like you have to let your true self out because the Moon talks about like the dog and the wolf. The dog is the tame version of the wolf. The wolf is wild. The dog is domesticated. Some of y'all are domesticating yourself. Some of y'all are spading and neutering yourself. Some of you guys are metaphorically castrating yourself because you won't let your wild side out. And I'm not talking about being fucking crazy, but I'm talking about like the parts of yourself that you try to hide because you're okay. The devil randomly chose a card to clarify. You gotta let your core instinct out. It's time to let go of the subjugation. 5 of Wands. Queen of Wands. You gotta let that fight out. That core survival instinct. That's what's gonna make you successful, is if you fight for what you want. And if you don't fight for it, then you can't claim victory. You can't say that you were successful if you don't want to fight for what it is that you want. What's really going on is that your competition is feeding off of you. The people who are watching you are feeding off of you. You have to allow yourself to be vulnerable to whatever this 5 of Wands is. And I'm not saying put yourself in dangerous situations. Y'all gotta you gotta expand your mind, because at the end of the day, like, you're gonna learn as time goes on how to manage this energy within yourself by not avoiding it, by not watering it down. Like, I feel like Spirit does want you to be like Goldilocks, because it's like, yeah, Goldilocks was like, hell no, I'm not sleeping in that bed that's not comfortable, that's too hard. I'm not sleeping in the bed that's too soft. I'm gonna find the bed that's just right. I'm not eating no hot ass food, and I'm not eating no cold ass food. I'm gonna find the food that's just right. And I don't give a damn if these bears like it or not. You know? Like, and I'm not trying to say like be rude to people, but it's like that side of yourself that you're afraid to come out, because you crazy. Psychopath, you crazy. You isolate yourself because you're this devil. It's in you. And I'm not saying y'all are evil. Get over it, okay? You shouldn't be watching tarot if you're that like sensitive. It's not the place for you. Sorry. But you're masking who it is you really are, and the devil is just like, the devil is a representation of your baser instincts, your core instincts, what it is that you do before you are taught to do something different. Your wild side. Maybe you need to eat some beef jerky, bitch. I heard they was locking it up at Walmart. Maybe you need to go eat some beef jerky. Okay? Because you need to unleash your wild side. That's what it's time. It's time to unleash your wild side. It's time to unleash the crazy, so that you can understand how to maintain it. Because the more you try to chain that bitch up, the more it's going to try to break free. And the more it tries to break free, the more you bottle things up and you have crash outs. King of Cups. That's why you need to surrender to your emotions. Because, like, it's all of this put together. Yes, be grateful. Yes, have appreciation and gratitude. Yes, speak to yourself more positively. But also, grab the bull by the motherfucking balls. And make some, whatever them oysters are called, when you cut the bull's balls off and you fry them bitches in the deep fryer. Do whatever you do. Grab the bull by the balls and yank that sucker. Because you being all tame and timid and all this other shit, it's killing you on the inside. But you ain't got to listen to me. You moving around to different places, dropping people, making new friends, cutting people off, ghosting them, removing people from your life because you feel like they're this or they're that, or leaving situations, quitting jobs all the time because it's not perfect. That type of stuff is going to just repeat. You can't remove the false mask by running from the problem. You got to take your mask off and show your teeth. What else does Pisces need to know? The ancestor. It came out reversed. But move beyond ancestral patterns. Do your part to change the way you feed them to have the freedom your soul craves. Yeah, your soul is craving freedom. And you're repeating the same patterns of your ancestors, and they don't want you to do that. They want you to live freely. They want you to allow your soul to be free because that's what it craves. And they did that in their lifetimes. Your ancestors are telling you that they made the mistake of restricting themselves and constricting themselves, castrating themselves, removing their power, giving their power away. All of these oracle cards pretty much talked about you reclaiming your power, physically and spiritually. You seeing yourself in a light of value. You seeing your circumstances from a position of gratitude and value instead of victimhood and defeat. And I feel like you're distracted because either you're trying to please everybody, you're trying to hide the core of who you are, you're trying not to scare people with your wild side, or you're like thinking a situation is supposed to be perfect, finding out it's not perfect because that's just life, and then starting over and forcing yourself to start over and over again, and you just keep feeling the same way every single time. You can't go to new job after new job after new job and be mad and be mad and be mad. Start new thing after new thing after new thing and then be mad and be mad and be mad and expect a different result. You got to see what the fucking problem is. And if your whole ass is watching me and I'm triggering you, maybe that was the fucking point. The tactician. With some good planning tactics, you can easily work out and make corrections for success. So boom, that's what we're here for. Okay? And the artist, carve out time to express yourself and share your vision with the world. You will excel in creative projects. I know I'm a mean ass bitch. I know it hurts when I say what it is that I say. I know sometimes you may not want to hear it. And I know sometimes it's hard because you have to put it in practice, and putting it in practice is a 3D behavior. Putting it in practice is a 3D situation. And in your mind, 10 of cups, Queen of cups, King of cups, 6 of cups, in your feelings, in your heart, yeah, it's easy to see yourself doing all these things that you want to do. It's easy to imagine the life that you want to live, but imagining it and wishing for it and you know, daydreaming about it is not enough. You have to actually create justice. You have to actually balance that dream with the practical actions and strategy that it's going to take for you to reach it, okay, and do the work. But listen. I said what I said. You know, one time I saw Nene Leakes at a Waffle House, or was it IHOP? I can't remember, but it was after I came from the club one time in Atlanta, and she was at the IHOP, and I was drunk as fuck. I did not know what was going on, but I said, "That's Nene Leakes." I said, "Hey, Nene, I love you." She was like, "Oh, I love you too." She was not paying me no attention though. She did not want to be bothered. She's so tall in person too. But I'm actually taller than Nene Leakes. I was like, dang. Because she always looks so tall and statuesque and like, you know, ethereal with her like body language. But I'm taller than her. I was shocked. That was a side note. Okay, so stick to this strategy. Stick to this strategy. Okay? I feel like for a lot of you guys who are on point with what it is that you want to manifest and you know what the problem is, you're doing a really good job, because there's something that's going to kick into gear. There's something that's going to trigger your, I don't want to say defense mechanisms, but survival instincts with this devil and this moon card, and you don't see it coming yet, but it's going to help you learn how to use it to your advantage when it comes to manifesting. I feel like some of you are going to get ganged up on. Some of you are going to be in a position where you have to argue something. Some of y'all may have to go to court. I don't know what this is, but this Five of Wands, whatever this conflict is triggering that devil energy to come out. And it's mutating into this level of confidence that you need in order to grab the lantern and walk into the unknown fearlessly. And once you do that, your power is going to be unlocked. That's what you don't see. And a lot of you who are like, nah, I'm with you. You know, those of you who feel me, y'all got a lot of good things coming, and your strategy is paying off. You're creating a strategy right now to actively put in the work to achieve your goals. And you've identified that you people please. You've identified that you're indecisive. You've identified that you may procrastinate. You've identified that you have this unhealthy complex with things being perfect. And you see that it's not working. You see that it's creating disappointment. You see that your inconsistency or your stagnation or procrastination or whatever this is creating a problem and disappointing you because you never get the results that you want. You see that when you quit jobs and you walk off the job or you slack off and get fired, that it's not creating what you want. You see that when you don't look at yourself in the mirror and see the truth, that it brings negative people in your life. You see that when you don't speak up for yourself or say what's really on your mind in the moment, when you feel the urge to say it in a respectful way, that you regret it later. So you're allowing the reality to be the reality. I don't give a fuck about that truck. You allowing it to be the reality. And you're not running from it. You're not hiding from it. You're not pity partying yourself with it. What you're doing is letting the pain hurt. And what you need to basically continue to do is be real with yourself, justice, and the Six of Cups when it comes to the past. And balance your emotions. And avoid walking away from what it is that you want because you think that's the best decision when in reality it's just you running. Some of y'all see that, and I'm just confirming it for you. So kudos to you, because you on the right track. You just got to make sure you continue to maintain the momentum, because we're on a schedule. Okay? What's the advice for Pisces? This is your validation. Okay, confirmation, whatever you want to call it, that things are finally beginning to work out for you. Get ready for unexpected breakthroughs, good news, and plot twists. Blessings are coming. This could even be you being negative about outcomes, thinking something is going to work out badly and running before it does. When in reality, it actually might work out better than what you thought and you didn't even see it. Okay? Focus on what is important to you. Don't give your time or energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. Focus on what matters to you most. With every thought, you are creating your future. Okay? So if you've been doing that, get ready for this confirmation, this vindication, this validation, and unexpected good things and plot twists coming in your life. Okay? If you frequently give yourself permission to doodle, wander, and be totally unproductive, and you actually relish such interludes, I can guarantee that your genius, creativity, and productivity will increase exponentially. Yeah. So I think a lot of you guys need a very artistic, creative, free space to carry out the things that you see in your mind's eye and actually tangibly bring it down from your idea space to reality in this 3D world. You need the freedom to be able to do that. Your soul needs to be unrestricted. And I feel like the tethers of restriction that have been placed on you by school, by your parents, by, the community and, cliques and groups that judged you has done a number on you to where now they don't even have to restrict you. It's like fucking white supremacy. Black people don't need black people don't need the white supremacists to perpetuate white supremacy. Most of the people in the community, the call is coming from within the house, bitch. The call is coming from in the house. Okay? It's time to unleash your wild side. It's time to take off the shackles of restriction. And it's time to see your efforts come through. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Book your reading if you want. Okay, the link is below. Get in the comments. Let me know if it resonated. If you feel like you were assisted, helped, uplifted, whatever it is from this reading, consider donating if you can. The PayPal and the Zelle information is the best way to donate because that ensures your donation goes straight to me and that a portion of it doesn't go to YouTube because sometimes they be scamming. But if you do want to donate, those links are below. I really appreciate all of you guys' support and everyone who has either booked a reading, joined the membership, or donated. It really helps a lot, especially right now, guys, because things are crazy. I don't ever want you to put yourself out. So if you can't, that's okay. Just like the video, share it with somebody who you think may need to hear it. That's the best reward. All right. Get in the comments, help your fellow Pisces. And remember, this is our Circle Booze. Bye.